What is up, ladies and gents, Ghost here, and welcome back to another video on some new CTE changes. That was nice music, wasn't it? That's courtesy of the guys over at Monstercat. Go and check out a link down in the description. They have some really awesome music, lots of different genres you can pick from, and it's good, man. It gets you in a good mood. Anyway, to move on to the aforementioned changes, you guys did see correctly in the title of the video. Your eyes did not deceive you. You're not mental. You did read 60Hz tick rate for Battlefield 4. So in today's update, which was brought to us in collaboration with the Hardline NETCODE team, by the way, which bodes very well because that hopefully means that any of these NETCODE changes are going to be going over to Hardline as well as Battlefield 4. It says here we are enabling frame rate based updates on bullets. This means that depending on your client frame rate, you will update at that rate to the server. So for example, if your game is running at 60 FPS, you will be updating to the server on your bullets at 60 Hz compared to 30 Hz, which is the rate at the moment. So you can already imagine how many issues this will hopefully solve with things like dying behind cover and bullets not really registering when you feel that they should, you know, maybe just dying in a situation where you felt like you were out of range of the enemy soldier or that you were indeed behind cover. And it doesn't stop at 60 FPS either. This is of course based on your frame rate, so if you have a frame rate of 120 frames per second, which I come pretty close to, then your bullets are going to be updating at a rate of 120 Hz every second. Now currently this tick rate is only implemented when you're sending information from your client over to the server, but when you're getting the information back from the server, that is still running at the regular 30 Hz at the moment. And they say that the next step, once we know that we can trust this new system, is to look at that side of things, getting the server to client update at the same tick rate as the client to server side of things. So it's probably going to be a long process. They need to do a lot of testing on this to make sure that it works as intended first before they can go ahead and implement the other side of the coin, as it were. So if you're somebody who has CTE and you enjoy going and helping and testing and giving feedback and that kind of thing, I strongly recommend doing that so we can hopefully move things along in an orderly fashion. Alright, so next up, the Nightmaps. Many of you will have already heard about these. The last video I made on this was just showing off Siege of Shanghai, and since then, Golmud Railway and Zavad 311 have joined the Nightmaps as well. But I've been having some weird issues with the CTE client. I don't quite know what it is, but it's causing my GPU to crash whenever I go on there for 5 minutes or so, and I'm kind of reluctant to reinstall the entire client, since that is the only game that is giving me this issue at the moment. In any case, I finally managed to grab some footage of these couple of Nightmaps, and I have to say that I'm much more impressed by these Nightmaps and the improvements that the guys over on CTE have made to them than I was initially with Siege of Shanghai. Now this might be just because I'm a jet guy, but I think the main reason is just because being able to get up in the air on Golmud Railway, you can really appreciate the different atmospheric feel of the map and all the lighting changes. You can see on the roads, they've got all these light posts there dotted along the roads. You can easily see vehicles from the sky with the lights. It is quite difficult actually to get a target if you fly around in the jet, and if you guys who have experienced that for yourself will probably be able to understand what I mean by that. But yeah, the lights, they can be quite glaring, you know, from the afterburners at the back of the jet. So gameplay-wise, it's quite hard, I would say. It's equally as hard to play in the jet on a night map as it is infantry. But just by the looks of the maps, they look bloody gorgeous, man. I mean, I don't think you can really deny that. So good going from DICE there. And speaking of maps, let me quickly comment here on the community map project. So as you know, a number of polls have been put up by DICE asking what we would like to see from the community map in terms of themes and points of interest. So the theme that was selected ultimately was the jungle theme. Unfortunately, DICE decided not to pick up on my idea of going to Dubai, so screw those guys, man. But it's okay, I actually voted for jungle, so I'm glad we all agree. I think actually jungle got over 50% of the vote, so it was pretty conclusive. Secondly, a week or so ago, we then voted for points of interest on the map. Now the voting for that period has actually finished, so you can't go and vote on that now, but they will be releasing the results of that poll as soon as they introduce the third poll, which we'll be able to vote on. And this third poll will have us voting on the top concept based on a combination of the high-level framework. So the jungle and the settings and the POIs as the points of interest that we voted for in the second poll will basically be put together in a number of different ideas and concepts by DICE. They will then let us vote on those, and they say here that once they know which concept we prefer, then they can actually start the testing for it on the CTE. So there you go, guys. That sounds pretty cool. I really like what they're doing with the new maps at the moment. You know, these night maps, it's pretty cool, man. I mean, it offers up a little bit of variety. I'm looking forward to when they actually come over to the main game in all of their glory. I don't think it really offers you that much of a different gameplay perspective that much, but they certainly look very nice. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the community pick for the top concept, ultimately for the community map project. Anyway guys, that's about all from me for this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, as always, a rating is appreciated. Cheers guys, and I'll see you in the next one.